Bubbles are popping, which is pretty cool. Still, I feel like something's missing. Hey everyone, what can we make? If you have any ideas, write them in the comments right away. Just from oil and regular mustard. Here are oil and mustard. What can we make? I'll show you now. It's a really great sauce. You can call it mustard mayonnaise. You can call it mustard sauce. It's really tasty. It's very easy to make. You mix mustard and oil, that's already, you could say, basic and tasty. I'll show you now. With a few more ingredients, you get an absolutely amazing sauce. If you haven't tried it, you definitely should. Let's make it. About the ingredients, there are two main ingredients. That's oil. Regular sunflower oil, make sure it's odorless, and mustard. I use the classic kind, but you can also use a stronger one, you know. I want to make a really delicate sauce. You'll also need mustard like this, with whole grains. Basically, you don't have to use all of this. You can just mix mustard and mayonnaise. But we want to make the sauce tasty and refined. That's why we use whole grain mustard, turmeric, black pepper, smoked paprika, sugar, salt, lemon juice, and honey. It's very cold here, so I put the honey in warm water so it doesn't harden. Here are the proportions. For 50 grams of oil, we use about 1 tablespoon of mustard. I will use 250 milliliters of oil. Now we take the mustard. As I already said, I will use the lager mustard. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5. I used about a 130 gram pack. Well, these measurements aren't really that precise. You can just keep adding and whipping until it thickens. It doesn't have to be exact. Well, on average, it's a tablespoon per 50 milliliters of oil. And you just start whisking it like this with a fork. By the way, you can use a blender. Or you can just do it like me and use a fork. At first it will break up into little pieces like this. Don't worry, it will still whip up nicely later, because mustard is a great emulsifier. You can actually make mayonnaise without eggs. For example, with milk you can use water. The water from canned green peas. You know, from canned green peas. You can pour it into the oil. Whip it, and you'll get mayonnaise too, but with an interesting taste. You can use the water from canned beans as well. It will all work as an emulsifier. Well, mustard is also a great emulsifier, and it has flavor too. What a taste. Taste. Basically, that's how you whip it. This is going to take a while. Most likely, so you don't say that I'm cheating or anything, I'll whip it right in front of you. See, it's already a bit different. It's breaking down into smaller pieces. Well, you'll see in a moment. It will be more convenient to do this with a whisk. You see, we're already starting to get something like an emulsion, but it's still not quite there. We need to keep whisking. It should be uniform and look like mayonnaise. Sorry about that. It's just the way the light falls here. There's nothing I can do about it. Oh, you see, now it's starting to happen. It's no longer separating out. It's starting to turn into a sauce. There. You get this kind of sauce. It's very, very delicate. It smells like mustard. Well, this is a cool thing. And now we start improving it and making it much tastier. Whole grain mustard. There's French whole grain mustard. You can buy good ones. There are, well, different kinds. It definitely has to be whole grain. I take 2 tablespoons. And there's just a little left here. Let me add it in. A bit more in here. Honey. Well, just like that. A tablespoon. Salt. Well, add salt to taste. You can skip it altogether. It'll still be tasty. Turmeric. I have half a teaspoon here. A teaspoon of smoked paprika. Black pepper. also to taste. If you don't have honey, you can easily add sugar. I had sugar over there. Since I have honey, I won't add it, but I put it there on purpose so I wouldn't forget to mention it. You can easily add sugar. Well, it's tastier with honey. Honestly, I'm telling you. And we keep whisking. We got this awesome sauce. How long does it last in storage? Yeah, nothing here spoils quickly. Well, does your mustard last a long time? Yes, it does. Oil is actually a preservative. Honey is a preservative. There's nothing in here that goes bad fast. It will keep, well, you could say, of course, forever. But nothing really lasts forever. It will easily last a year in your fridge. Nothing will happen to it. It's very tasty, but it gets eaten very quickly. You can add garlic here. You can chop it up and add it in. Well, finally. You can grate it. You can finally chop some parsley. You can finally chop some dill and add it here. And that will change the flavor and it will be very tasty. Well, then the shelf life will be a little shorter. Anyway, let's pour it in. Now I'm going to try it. I'll show you what it tastes like. Friends, my housing was destroyed and I've documented this for 4 years. I've set up a donation fund to raise money for new housing. The link is below the video. If you'd like to help, use the link under the video. Thank you so much to everyone who helps. Let's keep cooking. Pour it into some jar and then we'll put it in the fridge. We ended up with about 1/3 of a jar, but you can make as much as you need. I poured some into a sauce dish and have a small sandwich here. What do? We do it like this. You definitely need some extra equipment for something like this. Cheers, friends. And this little sandwich goes here. This is so delicious. This sauce is very, very delicate. French grain mustard added a nice crunch. You know, those little bubbles pop, the little balls. It's pretty cool. And I have this feeling that something is missing here. Damn. Lemon juice, damn. I forgot to add the tablespoon of lemon juice and you can really tell it's missing. Don't make my mistakes. Film all this in the kitchen, somewhere warm, not like me, out here at -15 and add the lemon juice. It's super tasty, really awesome, but I forgot the lemon juice. I could pretend it's meant to be this way, but what's the point? But it's still amazingly delicious. Guys, it's just super tasty and it's perfect for those who are afraid of salmonella. There are no eggs here. Well, as they say, only those who do nothing make no mistakes. You give me a like, a comment to help promote, and a repost to your social media. From me, as always, a great recipe. Bye everyone. How could I forget it, seriously?